This is Jody from Ramp-O-Matic, and today we're going to talk about Ramp-O-Matic rivet kits. Hey everybody, today I want to talk about a great tool you should have in your toolbox, a rivet kit. I originally put these kits together because a lot of people were asking me for individual rivets, tips on how to rivet, asking about what tool to use, and I thought, why not just put a whole kit together? It's not available anywhere else on the market, and something that will work for 95% of your pinball needs. Here's a look at what comes in the kits. You get 5 different sizes of rivets, and you get 50 rivets of each size and 100 washers. You also get a tool for setting the rivets. You have a tray to put rivets into work out of, and the little holder that comes in the box, so everything's contained in a nice neat little kit. You can also order extra rivets in packs of 50 and washers in packs of 50 directly from my website. All of the rivets in my kits are nickel-plated brass, and there's some pretty good reasons for that. First and foremost, it's what the manufacturers use. So, and there's a good reason for them using it also. They stay shiny, they won't rust, they're much more formable than an aluminum or even a steel rivet, especially a steel rivet. The steel rivets will rust, and the aluminum rivets will react with your metal ramp flaps over time and eventually corrode your ramp flap. So the nickel-plated brass won't allow that to happen. And even the aluminum rivets are hard to set compared to the brass, and the steel ones are especially hard to set. The brass rivets are much more user-friendly, and if you just take a little bit of time, learn the feel of the punch and the hammer, you'll be riveting no problem, and all your friends will be coming to you and asking you to do their riveting work because you'll be the riveting sensei. Tip number 1. When it comes to picking the right length rivet to use, the general rule of thumb is you want to be a 32nd to a 16th of an inch longer than what you're riveting. Now what you can do is grab a caliper, and if you're doing a ramp flap, you can just put the ramp flap on the ramp and measure with your caliper, and then add anywhere from a 32nd to a 16th of an inch, and that'll work. Or you can just put a rivet in. You can look at it, see if it's too short, too long. Once you do this a few times, you'll get the hang of how long they need to be. But generally, a 32nd to a 16th of an inch is what you're looking at over the size of the material you're riveting. Tip number 2. You should always, always, always use a washer if you are riveting something that is plastic. And that means the clinch side of the rivet would be going against the plastic. Over time, the clinch side will eventually crack the plastic. It's a smaller surface. You know, the washer spreads that clinch side of the rivet out, and the pressure is distributed over the plastic and will, over time, keep your ramp from cracking in that area. Tip number 3. You should always rivet on a hard surface or even a concrete floor. And you should always back up the rivet head with something hard like a block of hardwood or a block of steel, so that when you set the rivet, you have a nice solid surface to hit off of. And you'll feel the rivet actually forming better when you have a nice solid feedback. So anything you have laying around that would fit in your particular application, I have this nice block of steel that measures roughly 1.5 inches by 1 inch, and I wrapped it with some sticky felt. That's a little more elaborate than you need, but for the amount of riveting I do, it's pretty nice. Don't get too caught up on the measurements. Any size that's going to fit inside your ramp or up against whatever you're working on will be fine. Just make sure you use something to back it up with. Tip number 4. When you drill your holes in whatever you're riveting, instead of using an 1/8 inch drill bit, use a 9/64 inch drill bit. That extra 15 thousandths of an inch makes it easier to line your parts up, and it also takes a little bit of pressure off the plastic once the rivet expands. Typically, you don't have to worry about cracking the plastic when you're using a semi-tubular rivet like these, but it's just good practice and gives you a little bit of peace of mind. That about wraps it up on these rivet kits. This is a new channel, and it's a new endeavor for me with the Ramp-O-Matic ramps that I make. I'm planning on doing some follow-up videos showing actual riveting tasks and different examples of different things you might run into on a pinball machine, including switch targets, lamps, lamp bases, flaps. So stay tuned to my channel and like and subscribe if you'd like to see these videos as they come out. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And the rivet kits are available on my website at www.rampomatic.com. Thanks.